Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have an update for you, and this is the brand Pascal Morabito. Pascal Morabito is a French, I think they are a designer brand. I'm not sure, are they niche, are they designer? Anyway, so they are a French brand and they've been around for more than 50 years in terms of perfumery, and you know, they have a very extensive perfume lineup in their portfolio, probably at least about 60-70, and I unboxed and reviewed few of their fragrances before, and some of them for a price are very impressive, some of them are okay. This one in particular is called Pascal Morabito Or and Black, Eau de Perfume 100ml, and in United Kingdom, if you can find it, is under £30, but unfortunately at the moment is sold out everywhere, so you have to be patient. It's not been discontinued or anything, this is what I think, but because it came out just last year, so just be patient, do your research, and if you are interested, just see if it comes up eventually. So this is a very good one, superbly well done. This is very impressive. First thing first, in terms of presentation, is very nice. Although the box is quite simple, but it does a job with protecting the bottle. But the bottle itself is quite nice. It's a contrast between the black and the gold, which is very eye-catching. The bottle is heavy, the cap is heavy, the atomizer is good. So everything about the presentation is, especially for a price under £30. Yes. In terms of longevity, it is moderate to good, but it's not a big player. It's on my skin went over 6 hours. On material like t-shirt goes over 8 hours. So it's a good, moderate to good. You know, the perfume profile and the DNA in here, it's in a way that it is quite hard to make it even longer, because mainly this is a fresh fragrance. This is classified as aromatic fougere, which is completely correct. This is an aromatic fougere fragrance, and for that I think it performed well. In terms of projection, I had an hour of projection for an arm length. After that slowly subside. You always have a small bubble, small cloud, and a small trail. I went up to 10 sprays of it. That what I got from it. So 6 hours on the skin, 8 hours on t-shirt, and 1 hour of projection above arm length. But if you want to go outside and people smell you from the other side of the road, probably you need to go a little bit more, maybe 12 to 14, maybe half of it on t-shirt, half of it on the skin. So it is a good performer, but it's not a huge performer. But for a price and for a fresh fragrance, it is good. And in terms of age, I would say this is 25 and up, to be on the safe side. Easy, maybe even 30 years and older, because the DNA in here is very classic. It's classic, is barbershopy, it's manly. It is one of those genre of perfumery which in these days is quite hard. I mean, it's forgotten almost. So this is yesteryear's perfumery, 70s, 80s. Very reminiscent of those days. To some extent, it's not again one-to-one to it, but to some extent reminds me of Rive Gauche by Yves Saint Laurent. So if you know Rive Gauche by Yves Saint Laurent, this is a ballpark of that, very similar to that. I would say around 70 to 80% similar to it. So it is very reminiscent of 70s and 80s perfumery. It's classic, it is manly, it is masculine, it is barbershop, fresh, is very dominated by aromatics, and very nice. It's absolutely, I enjoyed it to the max. But don't forget, I'm a middle-aged man. I've been around for for fragrances for a long time, and this is one of my favorite genres of perfumery, which are the classics. So if you like this kind of fragrances, you will love this. If not, then this is not for you. In terms of age, as I said, 30, 25, maybe even 30 years or older. In terms of season, this is all year round, although it's quite fresh and you can use it easily in summer and the heat, but because it's got a nice complexity to it, you can use it all year round. If you are, you know, somebody who likes this kind of fragrance and want to wear it in winters, why not? At the moment, it's quite cool out there, and I wore it for the last 2 days, and it performed quite well. In terms of the gender, this is quite masculine, yes. It's not uber masculine, but it is very noticeably masculine because that DNA of 70s and 80s masculine fragrances is in there and it's very, very apparent. In terms of occasion, this is one of those Swiss Army knife. You can dress it up, dress it down, formal, informal, daytime, nighttime, special occasion, casual, anything you want. This is beautiful in my eye, for my taste, for my age. But again, not everybody's cup of tea. So let's go to the smell. The smell opens up with big citrus, and the citrus oil here is very delicious. It's a combination of lemon, grapefruit, and also bergamot, which lifts it and giving it a happy opening, giving it very bright opening, giving it a very captivating genre. The only thing is, the sweetness in here is very minimalistic, so there's almost no sweetness in here. Very minimalistic. I would say 10 being the sweetest fragrance ever. This is around 3 to 4, so very, very minimalistic on the sweetness. So for that, it makes it quite, you know, on the mature side, because majority of the, you know, younger people, younger generation, probably they prefer sweeter fragrance. This is my guess anyway. So for that, it makes it a little bit on the mature side. Yeah, opens up with a big citrus and aromatics. Very aromatic. It's a lavender in here, it's a violet in here, it's you know, herbs in here. It makes it very aromatic. It's making it a hint of powderiness in here as well, hint of wateriness, but the wateriness in here is mainly fresh water feel, not the oceanic or salty at all. And there are spices which are fresh spices in here as well, like a cardamom. Cardamom is a big component of this fragrance and giving it that beautiful, almost sensual feel to it. This fragrance, for again, for a mature nose, very, very well done. This fragrance is superbly balanced and very well done, very well rounded. For the genre of perfumery, they've done a good job in here. Especially for a price, this is a bargain if you like this kind of fragrances. So let me read you the ingredients and we'll take it from there. So the ingredients, we have musk, violet, lavender, artemisia, rosemary, citruses, cedar, cardamom, and patchouli. And every components in here I get distinctly. If you are, you know, your nose is developed and you know what you're looking for, you can distinctly smell each of these notes, which is very impressive. Again, for the fresh fragrance to be this beautifully blended, that you can distinctly pick up these notes, is very impressive. It is musky from beginning to the end, but the musk in here is very, very clean and is very friendly musk. The violet and the lavender in here giving it that aromaticness, which is beautiful. If you like aromatic fragrances, this is one of the best out there. You cannot top it for a price. There are other fragrances out there which may be even better than this one, but the prices are much, much higher than this. So for the price, it is very, very difficult to beat this. It's almost impossible because it's so well done and so well blended and so well put together, and also the smells of these ingredients are, to my nose, are quite natural, which is crazy for this price point. Although for this price point you expect some synthetic elements, yes, but for example the lavender in here is absolutely natural, because I can distinctly smell that lavender, which is quite clean. The lavender in here is not that variety of earthy medicinal lavender. No, here is very, very clean, and the violet as well, very clean in here. So the artemisia giving it a little bit of that green herbal, also a little of fruity aspect to it, tinge of fruitiness. Overall, this is not a fruity fragrance, but giving a hint of fruitiness. Rosemary giving it that green herbal aspect in here. So you need to like your aromatic fougere fragrances, which are dominated by aromatics and also dominated by the herbal feel in here, which is coming from the rosemary. And also the patchouli in here is quite a clean patchouli. It's not chocolatey, it's not earthy. It's quite its main role of it is basically supportive role, and it gives everything a body and lifts everything together. The cedar is here is very clean again. It's very clean cedar in here, which is, especially to dry down, the cedar will come out, plus that patchouli together will dance to the end of this fragrance. So overall, what a fragrance for a price. Very impressive, especially for my taste, for my age. Again, the emphasis is this is a classical feel fragrance. This is not a today's fragrance. This is against the trend. This is not trendy. This is not today's perfumery. This is yesterday's perfumery. This is classical perfumery. This is the perfumery of 70s and 80s in here, but to the highest standard and very impressive. So I'm getting fresh spiciness, yes, especially that cardamom is gorgeous, plus that rosemary together done superbly well in here. It's aromatic, which is coming from the violet and the lavender, but again very, very clean in here. The woodiness coming from the citrus, the cedar, plus that sandalwood. I'm smelling something like sandalwood in the base as well. Hint of powderiness. The musk is clean in here. The violet is very, very clean in here again. Herbal, which is coming from the rosemary, and it's very, very citrusy, especially the first life of this fragrance. The beginning of it is very, very citrusy, and dominated by the aromatics, which is lavender and violet, and a little bit of spiciness overall to it, which is mainly cardamom in here, and giving it that spicy hint. I'm smelling something like nutmeg as well, just giving it a hint of nutmeg in here as well, which is that they're not mentioning in note breakdown. But overall, what a beauty. This is, for me, for my age, for my taste, 10 out of 10 fragrance. Beautiful. But again, the emphasis is this is not for everybody. This is for people who know exactly what they want. Okay, so this is for people who know their classics. They love their classics. They love their manly barbershop fragrances from the 70s and 80s, and this is a very, very good representation of that. Again, these days it's quite difficult to find fragrances like this unless you buy something from those era, which most likely been reformulated to death. For example, Rive Gauche by Yves Saint Laurent, if you can find it, which is, the prices is superbly high, it's ridiculous, it's gone astronomical, but again, it's been reformulated to death and is a shadow itself, and it doesn't perform and it doesn't smell like anything like it was in the 80s. So if you like Rive Gauche by Yves Saint Laurent, most likely you will love this, because again, very, very similar to that one. Similar genre, similar perfumery, similar category of fragrances. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, you encourage me, you motivate me to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems, and this beauty is definite hidden gem. If you want to purchase one of my own perfumes, I'm a perfumer myself. I make my own line of perfumes. There are 20 of them in my lineup. They're all different from each other, very unique, very artistic, ultra beast mode, very naturally smelling, and they are one of the highest ratio for what you pay and what you get, like 60% oil, perfume oil I put in those. So they are very, very strong in terms of character, in terms of smell, in terms of perfumery. And please don't forget to like this video, share this video with others, comment, subscribe. All these things will help this channel to keep afloat, to keep coming back, to survive, to bring you fragrances in future that are quite unique and affordable. Thank you very much as always, and I'll see you later. Bye, bye, bye.